La 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 la. We all listen to songs and music when we were children, but as we grow up, someone told us, control your body. You can't move right because somebody will say, no, that's not formal. You can't be what you are because that's not formal, because somebody dictated what is formal to us. With that, I'm going to play a small game with you. Show me your right hand, your left hand, right hand, and your left hand. Now I'm going to tell, this is my left hand and this is my right hand. And we play the game again. Right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, left hand. That's what makes us. We are choreographed with all these things throughout our life. La 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 la. Nature is very beautiful. We all look at nature in different perspectives and aspects and draw inspiration from nature. And one of it is how we invented the aeroplane. We saw the birds created the aeroplane. We saw the horse created the automobile, and that's why we call it horsepower. We saw the fishes and created these ships. When we always saw nature as an inspiration, we sometimes forget we can look at nature for ourselves inside. And I'm going to tell you a story for that. La 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 la. There was once a little monkey which was lost in the forest. The monkey was lost so much that it started crying, and it was yakking, it was crying all the time. And this little butterfly came all along, flap, 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 sat on the monkey and said, "Hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you crying like this?" And the monkey said, "I've lost my mother." The butterfly said, "So what? Tell me how your mother looks. I'll go search for her, and we can both go on the journey together." The monkey said, my mother is much bigger than me. It's so big that I have to look up at my mother, and my mother always looks down at me." Okay, the butterfly said, "Okay, come along." And they went, la 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 la. No, 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 no. This is not my mother, said the monkey. This is an elephant. The butterfly said, "But you only told your mother's bigger than you." The monkey said, no, my mother doesn't have such big legs. My mother doesn't have a trunk, and my mother has a tail not so small. It's so long that she puts it around the branches whenever she moves. Okay. The butterfly said, "Okay." La 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 la. And then the monkey and the butterfly went to the next. And the monkey said, no, this is not my mother, this is a snake. The butterfly said, "But you only told twirls around the branch." "But my mother only twirls a leg and the tail around the branch, not the entire body." The monkey says, "Please find my mother." The butterfly said, "Okay, now tell me, how does your mother look?" "My mother has legs, so many legs, and my mother doesn't lay eggs." Okay. The monkey again went with the butterfly, la 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 la, and then went again, said, no, this is not my mother because it has 8 legs. My mother has only 4 legs. This is a spider. "Oh, why don't you understand? This is not my mother." And the butterfly said, "Now give me one more chance. Let me get your mother." It said, "My mother doesn't eat insects. My mother eats lots of fruits, berries, and lives on treetops." The butterfly said, "Now I found your mother." And they went, la 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 la. No. My mother doesn't have a beak. My mother doesn't fly. This is a parrot. The parrot was screeching all the time. No, my mother doesn't do this. Then he said, So give me another thing. My mother has 4 legs. Doesn't have 2 legs, and it doesn't have claws. She has legs. Okay. La 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 la. Again they went and stood in front of the next one. The monkey said, this is again the elephant. But the butterfly said, "You only told your mother has 4 legs. Don't you know that my mother looks like me?" The butterfly said, "You never told me that, because my children don't look like me." That's how all of us are. We are a part of nature. And every time we step into different phases of life, don't forget that we are just like the monkey, just like the butterfly, just like the elephant. We are different aspects of nature that makes us what we are. And nature is so beautiful. It also makes the human beings very confused. We are extremely confused. Long ago, whenever the peacock used to open its wings to give us a nice little dance, we used to look at it beautifully. We used to take a feather off it and keep it in our house. And after some years, we made it the national bird. And today, whenever the peacock opens its entire feathers, we say, wow, what a lovely picture. Take out a SLR and then one boomerang shoot we do. And then we put it on all the social medias and again, like so, like so, like so. But the peacock doesn't open its feathers for you and me. It's only to say, hey, what's up? I am ready. Are you ready? That's all the peacock is trying to say. But what do? The cheetah runs, not because it wants to prove that it's the fastest being on the earth. Cheetah doesn't even know. And for all that, the cheetah only says, meow. And what do we say? Wow, what a wonderful speed. The cheetah doesn't know all that. It only runs to catch its next meal. And like the butterfly doesn't know that it's going through this metamorphosis from a caterpillar to the butterfly. It's a simple act of nature. It doesn't say hi-fi. It doesn't say let's party after it becomes a butterfly. It doesn't say that, oh wow, I've achieved such a big thing in my life. Let's go party. We finish class 10, we go party. Class 12 party, college party, marriage party, everything we made it a thing. But we never used to do that for a long time. Whenever it rained, we used to party long back. Whenever the sun rose high, we used to party by singing in the morning, singing in the night. But today we only party for ourselves. How selfish human beings have become. And with that, I'm going to tell you another story of this little camel and the mother, which used to go walking every day. They used to walk every day. Like every mother and child, they used to go on a walk. And as a child, how many of you had so much of questions to your parents? And now do you still question? Because we are grown up, no? That's a problem. Because stories were never written for children. Stories were never written for children. The Panchatantra was written by Vishnu Sharma to talk about how to rule a country. The Hitopadesha and the Jataka tales was Buddhism. The Aesop's fable was about a prisoner in a jail telling the king what is happening to his subjects. And today what do? We push it down to children and say, hey, you come out of your mother's stomach, now 1 year has Montessori. 1.5 years you go to kindergarten, now you have pre-kindergarten. And in government schools there's not even pre-KG, UKG, LKG. It's only class 1. Somebody had a business that you pushed. And today you have graduation ceremony from UKG and LKG. That's how it has become. So this camel and this kid were walking on a nice stroll, and like every other day it was very sunny, and this kid was asking questions, male questions, and this mother was beautifully answering. So the camel asked, Mama, why are we so tall and why do we have this hump that no other animal has? We have this nice little sunrise kind of a thing, no? Where people can draw pictures looking at us. The mother said, no, it's because we don't eat as regularly as all the people around the world, like the lion or the tiger or the birds or the beautiful vulture. We don't do all that. So we have to store our food. So to store our food, we have this nice little hump. Why do we have this very hoofed leg? Because we have to walk in the jungle and the desert, which is very dry and a lot of sand. So legs are made for that. And why do we have this juicy jaw which salivates all the time? No, that's because our food is very different to what they eat. No, we eat very special food called cactus, which needs a lot of munching and chewing and thing. So the kid was listening to all this and then asked, Mama, all this is all right, but why are we in a zoo? My name is Vikram, and like every other South Indian, I am an engineer and I am a management graduate. And I work for a corporate. I work for an MNC. If somebody asks, so what do you do? Third question I say, I have a job. I get my financial stability from the job. I get my emotional stability from what I do after my job. Life is very, very interesting. It's only human beings which has so much things. Nature doesn't have. Nature does simple things. You see an elephant in National Geographic, it gives birth and both of them go walking away. We have first birthday celebration, 6-month celebration, 8-month celebration, this, that, and we confuse it so much that we forget that these are simple acts of nature. We are all here to survive. Did you have a choice to be born as what you are today? Any of you had choices where you asked before your birth, hello, 9th month, you want to born to this mother or this mother? We just came and we live. So life is beautiful because the moment you don't realize that your first year of college, the second year of college, third year of college is beautiful because you may not get this again. How many of you finished class 10th? You're sure, no? Pakka? Confident? And when you finish your class 10 in the last exam, just go back to that moment of memory. Our life is made of moments of memory. This memory is both visual and oral. Ironically, we don't use both these days. And the 10th class, when you finished the last exam, you came back. Was that the biggest moment in your life? And now go back to your 12th standard. Again, you finish your last exam, come back, you would have done that is the biggest moment in your life. And get into your college admission, get into MSRIT, get into whichever college you did, biggest moment of your life. So what is the biggest moment? Again confused, no? This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Because none of these were destination. They were just milestones for you and me. Because milestones are not to say that you have reached. It's just to say, so what? This too shall pass and go on. Because we have to keep going on. And in the process of going on, what you have to realize is, this is myself. This is me. I am what I am. And like the butterfly and the different species, we are all simple beings of nature. We have confused it so much that we look at different things, but just sit and ask yourself, what do you want to do? Because this is just one life. You don't know about your previous birth, I don't know about my next birth, but I just have this one life. And this life is dictated. As soon as you come out of the mother's stomach, even the maternity ward is made up glamorously. It's saying, welcome to the world. My God, some kids have AC, some kids don't have AC, some kids are born in a different space, but in nature, there's no difference. We have created this difference between human beings because somebody wanted something. I'll give you another analogy to say how much we are made up of what we are. Imagine two people come to your house for rent, a Brit and a Kenyan. And both, you open the door, and you say, both want the house for rent. Whom will you and me give the house for rent? Immediately. Take a moment to think about that. And that is a country which ruled us for so many years. And that is a country which ruled us for so many years. But the other country, it's just like India. It has the same wildlife as India. It has every species of mammals and birds and amphibians as what India has. They speak 24 languages, less like you and me in India. They wear different types of textile. They have every 100 kilometers you go, they're so beautifully spread out. They have so much variety in their food, and they also 5 letters like India. But what have we done? Because somebody told you a story where they were not a part of your story. Because when you were growing up, they all said, none of the books talked about these, again stereotyped. So you are what you are because the world told you what you have to be. The world is constantly telling you what you have to be, because they don't want to see what you want to be. You have to find for yourself like what you want to be. And with that, I'm going to take you to the next big question, saying, in 1940s, the biggest thing for India was to get independence. That was the biggest thing. Today, do we think about that? So 100 years back, having a radio at home was a big success. 75 years back, seeing a car on the road was a big success. 50 years back, having a television at home was a big success. 30 years back, having a color television was a big success. And then 20 years back, having a pager, I'm not sure how many of you even know this term, having a pager in hand was a big success. 15 years back, being on Orkut was a big success. Today, being on Facebook and WhatsApp, sending a successfully message across social media is a big success. So what is success? I also don't know, and don't have to know it. The best thing is not knowing, because when there is success, you have an opposite term. Why? Why haven't had the term? Because if you don't live the moment the way that you want to, then the journey is not beautiful. Journey is what makes you and me what we are now. All of us sitting here have your own personal story. The stories that we heard make what we are right now. The stories that we share today make the world of tomorrow. So what you are and what you are doing right now is because of the stories that you've been hearing all throughout your life. Somebody's been feeding. We are a huge body of software. Somebody's been feeding this input, this algorithm, saying, because the output is dictated by somebody. What is that you want to do? Spend those few moments in saying, yes, this is what you've crossed so much in life. Today, what do you want to do? Because today is the past for the future. Create a beautiful today, because your future will talk about it. And with that, I'm going to move to the next thing, saying, today we live in an era of choices. Never before has mankind seen so many choices. You take clothes, we have choices. You take pastries, we have choices. You take chocolates, you have choices. You take pens, you have choices. You take anything, you have choices. Even the water we drink has choices. Water, Soon we'll have air made of different companies. They'll give you a package saying this is oxygen made by this company, this is oxygen made by different company. Nobody thought of this 100 years back when they said that's for water. Today we drink water, the basic element of life. We have distanced ourselves. And with that choices, what are we doing in this era of choices? What are we doing by yourself? We have outsourced everything. We walk with slippers, we go on automobile, our memories is saved in mobile phones. So what is that you do by yourself? That's what makes you and me. And remember at every point of time, what you and me can do, nobody else can do. And what others can do, only they can do. And be happy that only you can do. And another thing is always people say you have to be the top. I'm sorry. Being the top can be 1%, but 99% of the world is just below that. We are all normal. Do we agree? And let's be normal, happy people. You don't have to reach the top, because once you reach the top, that too shall pass. Let's enjoy being normal. We are all simple creations of nature. And the moment we don't realize that beautiful nature, we will realize that we are just normal. No books will talk about just being normal and happy, because they won't sell. Because you have to be outstanding. But go to a class and see the students in the last bench who are kicked out of the class standing outside. They'll be dancing, dandanaka, dandanaka. But whereas the first bench student will be very studiously studying. Nothing wrong, nothing right. You choose what you want to do. So again I repeat, success has an opposite. Life is not about two extremes. We are all in between. Life is not black and white. It's about grey. We are all traveling this between path of beautiful journey. A farmer once put 2 seeds in a garden. One slowly started coming out after a few days of watering. The other didn't come. He again watered. After a few days, the first plant again grew much bigger, much larger, and was covering the entire farm. And the other plant didn't even come up. It was still where it was. A year went, 2 years went. This first plant went all around the garden, and people were complaining, why did you waste your time with the other plant? He said, I'm waiting. And after the 5th year, slowly the second plant came up. And that was the bamboo, and the other was the grass. The bamboo shot up so high that it covered the entire farm. So which is right, the grass or the bamboo? I don't know. We need both for the world. We need each one of us constituent what it is today. And we are moving towards a world which is going to have the highest population. And you and me are part of it. So do things that you want to do. And if you're sure of why you want to do, what you want to do, and how you want to do, that's all matters. Life is beautiful. Smile and live the moment. Thank you.